Hello and welcome to Cat Luna Tarot. Today's topic is a message from Spirit. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm going to be looking at 3 different oracle decks. Over here for pile 1, we have the Earthcraft Oracle, and I have an Amazonite bracelet on top of that. For pile 2, we have the Shamanic Healing Oracle cards and a labradorite crescent moon on top of that. One of my favorite stones. Pile number 3, the Starseed Oracle, and there is a rose quartz tower on top of that. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Please become a subscriber if you are not subscribed already. If you like tarot videos like these, I put several videos out a week and I take requests, so please look into that. I did pull out a tarot card for each pile. So for this card, this one is interesting because for this deck, what is this deck called? The Illuminated Tarot deck. For this deck, this is the 9 of Wands, but it's also the Sun. So there's two meanings for that, and there's several cards like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out your oracle message to see what we have for you today. Look at that. Okay, bring drawn to that one. Yes. All right, so the first card we pulled is number 16, Light, and then number 3, Balance. And I was really drawn to that one because of the imagery of the sun here. And we also have Balance, which has that sun and moon, kind of the balance between the lightness and the dark. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the shift. So I also see the light and the dark on this card as well. So I do see you shifting, maybe doing some shadow work. Maybe you are currently in a space where you're feeling the darkness a little bit more heavily than the light. This is a message from Spirit that you're going to be coming into a place of more balance and more light and more happiness and positivity. I'm even seeing, I'm so drawn to my citrine crystals, which have the energy of the sun, but they also bring in money. They attract things. They attract abundance, positivity. So the 9 of Wands is a card that is one of defensiveness, and I see resistance there with that. And it's interesting that it's shared the meaning with the sun, which is such a card of positivity and abundance. I'm going to go ahead and read your messages here for this tarot deck. This is a newer deck that I have, and I am loving it so far. I was so overwhelmed by all the choices in the store, so I just picked this one intuitively, and I find that I really love my decks when I do that. Okay, number 16, Light. The sun is the source of all life on Earth. Without the sun, plants could not grow and humans would cease to exist. In the same way, you have a sun radiating from within your heart. Living your life through your heart means acting on your passions, speaking your truth, and becoming your authentic self, no matter the people or circumstances surrounding you. Wow, okay, so pause there. I'm totally seeing just like that 9 of Wands, like that no matter the people surrounding you, there may be defensiveness or resistance or things to work through, but that light is shining through regardless of that. Okay, unpause, continue. Every time you compare yourself to someone else, diminish yourself, or ignore your needs to please others, a cloud forms around your heart, obscuring its pure, life-giving energy. Your dreams and desires are waiting patiently behind dark clouds that are preventing your heart from spending light throughout your soul. Spreading light, sorry, not spending. Do not look to others to tell you who you should be
only you can manifest the future you desire. Your heart will shine its guiding light outward, sending nourishment to the people, things, and opportunities that will help you shine. Wealth, loving relationships, health, and fulfilling jobs will all be yours. Your light is a beacon for all your hopes and dreams, drawing them to you. Wow, so very important with this pile. I want to go back to that sentence. Wealth, loving relationships, health, and fulfilling jobs will all be yours, will be yours. Kind of telling me that you don't have, maybe you have some of those things, but maybe you don't have every single one of those things right now, or maybe you're not exactly where you want to be with all of your relationships. Maybe you're not exactly where you want to be with your finances. You may even just feel more in the darkness than anything. You may feel more defensive right now and in resistance than anything. This pile is really saying, like, wow, focus your energy on the abundance, on the light, and actually consciously bring in this shift into balance from the darkness into the light. Focus on the positive things in your life. You have a lot of these new things coming through, whether it be career, a new loving relationship, friendships, whatever it is that you feel like you may be lacking right now. You are going to achieve it, but it is going to require a shift of your consciousness. So I'm seeing a shift from maybe a negative mindset to a positive mindset, and you'll watch your life change. It's just as easy as that. I'm going to go ahead and read number 3, balance over here. The sun is present in all of these cards, by the way. That is so beautiful. Okay. Number 3, balance. Light and dark, sun and moon, earth and sky. The earth is always in balance. Opposites work together toward the same goal, ebbing and flowing in a way that supports the well-being of our world. In the same way, the higher self and the ego are the balancing forces in the soul's ecosystem. Their methods may be different, but they are always seeking to bring you harmony and happiness. You are being guided to bring the higher self and ego into balance. Imagine your higher self as the dawn, radiating sunlight and renewed energy. It supports life and allows you to see your path clearly. The ego is the sunset, shifting you into night and creating obstacles for you to overcome as it helps you build resilience. Be mindful of your energy at this time and consider where you need to be softer or where you might need to take more action. If you are feeling a lack of direction, then your spirit is in need of more attention. If you are finding it challenging to take action or to overcome challenges, you may be in need of better planning and practical thinking. Yeah, that's kind of where I am seeing you at for that 9 of Wands right now. Like, you are finding it challenging it literally says this sentence, you're finding it challenging to overcome challenges, which I find that kind of funny, because that is what challenges are. They're challenging by nature. So yeah, you could be, and it is ego, you could be going through a spiritual awakening, and yeah, I mean, dropping the ego could be a big thing for you. Know that when you're going through these painful moments of resistance, that it's all ego, and actually spirit wants you to be more like this go with the flow energy over here. She is just like in the water, going with the flow of the water, just letting that light shine. It's easy. She's just perfectly in flow. And if you are feeling out of flow or out of balance, this is a message that you are going to be coming back into your flow and into balance. And what was that last thing? They said you could be in need of better planning and practical thinking. So that may be one of the reasons why you're out of balance. So it could be as easy as, I'm seeing just a mind shift for you, from shifting from a negative mindset to a positive mindset with this pile. I'm also seeing you maybe writing down
the things that you want and getting really clearly about what this, sun, the positivity, the abundance means for you. What is it that you want? So there's clarity with this pile. I see you getting really clear about your ideas, about your planning and your priorities and like action. So I see actually good things coming for you, like one step at a time. And it really just starts with that mindset shift. Okay, now let's get to the shift, because that's what we've been talking about this whole time is you're gonna have a shift. Like the changing of the seasons, transitioning from who you are to who you're becoming is a gradual process. Like I just said, it's going to happen one step at a time. Okay, let me stop interrupting myself. The shift arrives when you may feel suspended in time or as if at a crossroads. You are ready to move towards something bigger, but there are many paths you could take, so much potential. It's hard to take that first step. Be still in this transition and take the opportunity to look before you leap. Now is your chance to gain additional clarity before making a decision. Review all options thoroughly and check in with your beliefs, values, and goals. Call on your guides. Be still. Being still may bring up feelings of anxiousness and vulnerability, so have compassion with yourself as you take this much needed moment of suspension. Know that this transitional phase will pass and soon a path will become clear. Yes. So I think that first step for you, pile number 1, is really going to be that shift in the mindset and the feeling of less resistance. And I see things coming really into clarity and into better flow for you. And I see you writing things down, making a list of just all your goals. And then you're going to be like, okay, these are the long-term goals. Now these are the short-term goals. What can I do every day that gets me a little bit closer towards the goal? And it's a shift that is happening slowly but surely, but you are going to feel really, really good with each positive change that comes through. Even with that little shift in the mindset, you will know when you're there. And I think you're going to have some real progress really soon. And it's going to be towards goals that are just really important to you. So if you've been feeling stagnant at all, there's a really good message there that is going to be changing for you pretty soon. Okay, so that's all the messages that I have for you, pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please subscribe because I put new readings like this out all the time. And please like and give this a comment. Let me know what resonated. I would love to hear that from you. All right, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, pile 2. So the tarot card that I pulled for you to start is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now this is a wish card and it's in reverse. So it's like things are falling down. It's like you're losing your wishes. It's kind of like, oh no. So we're going to get a little more insight onto that. Here's that labradorite moon. And let me get some oracle cards for you. All right, pile 2, we have new beginnings and kind of seeing some similarities like with the rain here, water falling down, and there's just things falling out. It's like you're feeling at a loss, like you maybe lost something. We have forgiveness over here. So that could be what you're mourning or the loss that you're mourning. Maybe there was a recent breakup for some of you. Someone has maybe left your life. Maybe you need to ask somebody for forgiveness, or somebody needs to forgive you. We have self-love at the bottom of the deck.
And we have honoring your energy below that. And transformation right beneath that. But we're just going to take note of that. Transformation, this caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Transformations can be very, very painful, and they could just feel like, oh my God, why is this happening? I see you in a very blue state. There's lots of blue. Sadness is just what I'm feeling with that. Tears. The sun and the moon is present in a lot of these cards, and that was also in pile 1 as well. You may have also felt drawn to pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and read some of these oracle cards for you. I'm going to read number 2, New Beginnings. Okay. It's interesting that in this deck, the card that comes right before this is movement into balance. And although I used a completely different oracle deck for pile 1, that was what we got from pile 1, is a movement into balance. And this is like right after that. It's interesting. It's almost like it might be the progression from people in pile 1. Anyways, water, emotion, energy, all life affirming and life giving, patience is the key. Once the deluge of emotion passes, you will see that left in its wake is a wondrous new day, a rainbow of possibilities. Do not get attached to the emotions that surround the situation. You will only attach your identification with the emotion itself, giving it more power and hindering the release, so that the door to your new beginning will not open. Sit in the emotion, cry, journal, talk it out with a friend, and then let it go. Perform a ritual if you are called to one. Place your feelings on a bit of paper and let it go. Whether through water or fire, both excellent transmuting elements. Be thankful for the experience of the situation and proclaim to the Creator that you are ready for the newness that is about to come into your life. Wow. And I'm really seeing, with honoring your energy here, that's kind of what it's saying. If you are feeling sad, if you are in this time of emotions, just honor that. Honor that time. Journal, bringing in more self-love. I mean, this is like always something we should be working on, more self-love, but I'm really seeing you like at a loss right here with this 9 of Cups in reverse. It's like in the upright, in the positive, it's like a wish come true, a dream come true, being so happy, oh my God, a wish fulfilled. And being in the down, reversed, it's like you lost out, you missed out, you really lost something that was important to you. And I see you in a lot of emotion right now because of this. A new day, oh my gosh. And I just realized that there's a butterfly in this card in the new beginnings, and you have the caterpillar over here. So 22 for the caterpillar transformation, and number 2 for 2 beginnings. So that's 222. That could be, and we're at pile 2. That's funny how that happens. So I see the number 2 as dealing with relationships. So I'm definitely seeing as this is the reason for you feeling so sad. I want to go ahead and read 23, forgiveness. And that does come right after transformation, by the way. It has been said, forgiveness is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. Forgiveness of others, but also forgiveness of self. We are the most critical and judgmental of ourselves. This inner critic does so much more harm than criticism that comes from others. Forgive yourself for trusting others and getting hurt, for not knowing, for not seeing, for not believing. You are human and you are growing and learning. Human perfection is rooted in imperfection. This card indicates the need for forgiveness in the situation asked about. So I do see like forgiveness of self is also an act of self-love. I really see that for you. And
you know, it's okay if somebody really hurt you, or if you're really like mulling over that or in ruminating thoughts, you are going to be releasing those eventually. And I think forgiveness of self is going to be huge. You may need to also forgive this other person because they're just human too. If you have just an inner critic, I see that with this card. You could really be in the negative self-talk, and Spirit is asking you to let that go, to really forgive yourself, because you could be really harming yourself just with your own negative self-talk, and you actually need to bring in more self-love, self-harmony, self-acceptance. I'm going to go ahead and read the self-love card. By the way, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like me reading from these books, or if you would rather that I just make up things based on my own intuition, or if you like a little of both. I really like to hear from you guys, so please give me that feedback if you don't mind. All right, so 41, self-love. We always try to think so highly of the ones we love. We even give strangers the benefit of the doubt. But when it comes to self-love, many of us fall woefully short. To love oneself is to accept imperfection, embrace learning, and battle through the all-consuming fires of self-doubt in order to find the energetic balance inside each of us. Be aware of the small, insidious voice that perhaps repeats the negative self-assessment you had as a child. Maybe an ex-lover or friend put a label on you that you've accepted. These self-judgments have no place in a whole, healthy relationship that is vital to have with yourself. It's only when you find your love for yourself that you can sincerely offer love to others. Wow, so if I'm so sorry if what I was getting there was for what was alarming to me, if somebody said something negative about you and that's like stuck in your head, you're ruminating on that thought that came from somebody else, that could definitely be here with this pile. Spirit is asking you to let that go, if that person was saying really negative things about you or to you that were really hitting you hard, it was a projection. It was a projection of their own past and probably their hurt childhood. And that could also be, what you're experiencing now. So the reason these were all called to your attention, why you're experiencing this, is for healing and improvement and self-healing. And it kind of sucks to be in all this blue, but you have to honor that. We all go through this at times, and you can't like speed through it. There's no shortcut through healing. So I'm going to read the last card, honoring your energy. We all have those days when we are declined to do anything. We try all sorts of mental tricks to talk ourselves into doing what we should be doing. Does this ever work? No. We end up feeling guilty, a very low vibration for not getting anything done, which causes us to try twice as hard the next day, which causes us to get overwhelmed and exhausted, which then leads to becoming caught up in a vicious cycle. Your body has rhythms just as everything else on this earth does. Flowers, trees, plants, and the elements. The tides ebb and flow. The sun and moon rise and set. Animals hibernate, and flowers grow, bloom, and go dormant. You need to listen to the inherent cycles within you. Rest when you need to. Work when you need to. Do not try to outthink the natural rhythms. Go easy on yourself and reserve judgment. You are your own harshest critic. Wow. Okay, I've definitely been in that stagnant energy of not doing anything before. And yeah, it freaking sucks. But also, yes, there are rest days needed. And there's definitely a difference between saying, okay, I have 10 to 20 things to do today, and then you just go ahead and do nothing, versus if you say, okay, today is a much needed rest day. I'm going to take a rest day with intention. And that's completely different. Like taking rest days with intention. we need that. We sometimes when we're sick, like I was sick recently and I really tried to fight against it. I was so tired, but I'm like, I've been stagnant. I haven't gotten enough done lately. But my body literally needed to repair itself. And I ended up sleeping the whole day that day because I ended up getting sick the next day. So sometimes it's about listening to your body, not fighting stagnation, but taking, rest days with intention, if that makes sense. And also knowing that we are really like a product of routine. And when you want to change your routine, you got to really do it one small change at a time, one small step at a time. You really could have been drawn to pile 1 too. I would say check that out if you were drawn to that pile, because that is also about, an improvement, a shift from the darkness into the light, and seeing positive change over time. So be really patient with yourself, pile 2. This kind of thing doesn't happen overnight. If you are feeling in that emotional space right now, do little acts of self-care, self-love, journal about it. It's okay to be in that space and honor that. Don't try to fight against it or zip through it or rush it. Just honor that. You're in that spot for a reason. And there's always, light and dark. There's lots of just suns and moons showing me that cyclical nature, that you're in this area of transition right now. You're in just a phase. So if you're feeling emotional or if it's overwhelming, know that is not going to be forever. That is going to be ending at some point for you, pile 2, some point soon. All right, so that is all the messages that I have for you today. If this video resonated, please leave me a comment down below letting me know that it did. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and also subscribe, because I put out new videos just about every week and I would love to have you here as a subscriber. I put out multiple videos a week. I'm trying to do once a day, but I don't know if that's like complete overkill or not. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi there, pile 3. If you chose this Starseed Oracle and the Rose Quartz Tower, then this is your reading. Okay, so I did pull a tarot card to get us started, and I don't know what's going on. Wow, this is pretty intense energy. This is the 5 of Wands and the Devil combined. So there is anger, aggression, resistance, negative patterns, toxic addictions, negative ways of thinking, lots of energy going on with the 5 of Wands and the Devil combined. So we're going to look into your oracle cards and see what the message is from Spirit today. Okay, we have your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Whale and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Let's see if we want another card. And then we have weight of the world, boundaries, let go, it's not yours to carry. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read from the book. Okay, starting with your life is a canvas.
Okay, I'm taking forever to find this. Sorry. Oh, come on. Okay, literally the last card in this deck. Okay, your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? Where are you being called? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain: you'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the picture is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? All right, pile 2. So already the message here, it's a bit of a warning. If you feel as if you're in this 5 of Wands / devil energy over here, it's kind of a warning that you could be manifesting negative things for yourself if you keep going down this path. So it could be just a negative mindset, or maybe in a lower vibration. It's definitely saying to shift your thinking if that is how you're feeling right now. If that's not how you're feeling, this pile probably isn't for you, but that's a pretty strong opener to come out with. Maybe there are things happening subconsciously and they've been going on for a little while that are not brought to your attention yet. That could be stagnation, or maybe you're spending a lot of time on social media. Maybe you don't realize you're spending like 4 hours a day on social media, and you keep manifesting that for your own self. So you might be thinking, wow, how come I don't have as much money as I want? How come I don't have the job I want? And it's because you're putting energy into the wrong stuff. You're putting energy into scrolling on Instagram, something like that. That's just an example. But if you're doing something that is toxic or negative, or just not adding anything to your growth, to the best version of you, then Spirit is saying, like, be careful, because you are manifesting more of that, and they want to change, catch your attention and change it towards something else so you can manifest what's meant for you. And there is a message here of, I see you shifting from a lower frequency and lower vibration to a much higher frequency. So this could be many different things that you have to slowly change and take into account, from anything from like your diet. If you're eating a lot of processed foods, it could be, just implementing more whole foods, more fruits and vegetables into your diet, because you'll actually feel much higher vibration when you eat higher vibrational foods. It could be, just exercising or taking a walk every day. I see you shifting from a negative vibrational state, like, there may be a time where you are just sitting on the couch and feeling really negative about yourself. I see you shifting that and like going for a walk and like looking at the beautiful flowers outside. There is going to be a shift, like something like that with this pile, and it may be different for each individual. I'm going to go ahead and read the next oracle card, Whale and Orca Elders. Okay, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. The whale and orca Whale and orca elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic fields, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant, you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. The whale and orca elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet. Wow, that was a lot. I had no idea that whales were so magical. I mean, I knew they were magical, but looking into their eyes, wow. So I'm being drawn to, okay, bow to who you truly are. Leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door. Question parts of you that don't feel good enough. Yeah, this pile, I think, is calling for a change, and it's calling you to bring light. There may be things that are going on more in your subconscious that you don't realize how they're affecting you negatively, and that could be something like a negative self-talk, or you just have something about yourself where you don't have a positive view. That's what I mean, like something you're not seeing and it's actually has a negative effect on you and you don't really realize it. That's kind of what I'm seeing with this pile. But I also see you shedding that and these things coming into light. And it's actually really heavy and difficult when they come into light, negative things about yourself or shadow work that you need to heal, things you need to work on, things you need to heal within yourself. We kind of want to ignore those because they're painful. It's painful to deal with them. So I see you in the state of ignoring them for right now, and spirit is like, no, that's all going to catch up with you. It's important for your growth as a human being that you recognize these things. And this is about diving deep, and I see you actually diving deep into your own shadows and doing some shadow work and getting familiar with what that is and what those shadows sides about you are that you need to heal. Okay, weight of the world. Yeah, if you're not feeling that now, this pile is very spiritual, and you might be somebody going through a spiritual awakening and be more of an awakened person within this lifetime. So that's why I see just a lot of struggle with being an awakened person. You may be more of an empath, and the whole reason for this happening to you is so that you can help others later on. So you may be somebody who is a therapist of some sorts, or like another tarot reader, a counselor or a coach, someone who has just going to have to go through a whole bunch of life experiences, and you're going to use those to relate to people later, to relate to your clients later, if that's your career. Or you may just be like a type of person who gives really good advice and is really helpful to the people around you. That could be going on for this pile as well. I'm going to go ahead and read Weight of the World. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. You don't need to carry it all. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty and bogged down by the weight of the world. This card is a reminder to look after your own well-being before anyone else's, to stop carrying the world's problems on your shoulders, to put on your own oxygen mask first. In these changing times, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take on its problems from a place of energetic depletion. This card is thanking you for caring so much. You want to build a better world and ease the road for others. And that's incredible. But the way you've been doing so is likely unsustainable. This isn't to say you should switch off to the world's problems and become unconscious. Rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taken out energetically. The planet needs you to be healthy both physically and emotionally. So instead of digesting the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, show up first to a nourishing practice such as a meditation, soul inquiry, deep breathing, or exercising in nature. Once you're in a state of grace and your inner well is full, you can face the day, the state of the world, and care for others. And at the day's end, take an energetic shower by emptying out anything that's not yours to carry. You can pick it up again the next morning if you so choose, but give yourself time and space to rejuvenate and rest. Okay, so you could definitely be just, I mean, I'm sure everyone here watching tarot readings is a spiritual person, but I see that here for this pile because there is just a lot of spiritual people who are empathic. They can be like sponges and they can carry a lot of the weight of the world. Literally, they can carry that with them. So that could be you for this pile. There really is some things in your life right now that are unsustainable, that are not working for you, that are not working towards your growth. And I think you already know what those things are. If not consciously, you know them subconsciously. So if there are negative habits, there could be, habits that you have to break. Give yourself patience because you could have been in these habits for a really long time. So just have understanding with yourself and patience if that's what needs to happen. But I see you, kind of slowly changing. We have this Earth card next, and Earth is, changes that happen slowly, gradually, one step at a time. You could be watering Earth for a really long time and not see anything sprout up. That does not mean that nothing is happening, okay? So, these changes that you need to make, Spirit is like, hello, like calling them to your attention right now. So to bring them into your conscious mind and to like make that intention to make one positive step at a time. That can literally be taking a walk in the morning. That could be, exercising for 5 minutes, journaling, anything that you see as something positive for your growth. Spirit is asking you to take these in one step at a time. You don't want to take them in all at once because it's probably going to be overwhelming and you'll go right back into all of your habits that you had before. Remember that humans are creatures of habits, and it's one small step at a time, and it takes about 30 days to create a good habit. So if you need like 10 new good habits, give yourself the patience, okay? It may take you all year to bring in all of those good habits, but with Earth, it's like you're building this structure with these bricks, one brick at a time. It's going to take a long time, but at the end of the day, that is what's going to be sustainable, So look at your life to see what's unsustainable right now. And you may need to just make a list or write things down or be really, really clear about the changes that you want to make to give you more of a sustainable future and routine. I'm seeing routine too with Earth. Okay, activated Earth. This is our last oracle card. By the way, leave me a comment down below letting me know if you'd like me reading reading the definitions of these oracle cards, or if you'd rather just me say everything in my own words, okay, let me know. So we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Ley lines are invisible pathways on the land along which energy travels. They can be sensed when we tune into them with our subtle senses, also known as spirit paths. They've been compared to the meridian system of the body used in Chinese medicine, and they link sacred sites, stone circles, burial mounds, and places of worship worldwide. In Australian Aboriginal culture, song lines were the paths traveled by the creator beings as they made the land and sea during the dreaming. These paths were recorded in the traditional songs and dances of the people, allowing them to access information about the land's history and to travel safely across great distances. Many believe that as we visit such sacred points on earth, something is activated within us. Some also believe that connecting with the land with devotion at these sacred places, something is activated within the planet too. Are you being called to travel to a sacred place that your soul remembers, or tend the land you live on to honor and acknowledge the known and unknown keepers or nature spirits of that land? As you connect with the earth and honor its keepers, the land opens up more fully to you. The fruits provide more nourishment, and the guardians watch over you. Okay, wow, a lot of information here with these oracle cards. And you are being activated. And when that happens, we kind of go through it. We feel the weight of the world. Spiritual awakenings are no freaking joke. Like, they can really feel like you are really going through it. You are one of these people that are activated to bring on these higher changes, to notice, shadow work that you need to do within yourself. It's your time, man. It's your time. But this whole thing is it's a journey. It's a long journey, and it's not going to happen overnight. So that's just saying trust where you're led. And on the bottom of the deck under that, we have big picture thinking. I'm not going to read all of these, but it's like I'm also drawn to just like the archways. It's like there's a bigger plan for you, a bigger picture. So you don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to trust that that you're like heading one step at a time in the right direction. And take some of that weight off. If you just concentrate on one thing at a time, it could feel less overwhelming, and just trust that you're heading in the right place in the bigger picture of it all. Okay, I hope that made sense to you. Please leave me a comment down below if it did, if this video resonated with you in any way. I would love to know. I would also love to have you here as a subscriber, so feel free to subscribe. I put out new videos like this every week. I also take requests from the comment section if there's anything specific you want to see. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that in my Etsy shop, and I will leave that in the description box down below. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really had fun reading your cards, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.